press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello my dear students, we have been discussing about the chapter the living organisms and their surroundings. See, in the previous class we will learn about the biotic components. See, name only indicates that biotic means both the plants as well as the animals. See, these get together, that is plants as well as the animals, which makes the organisms, and these organisms can be broadly classified into four major categories. One is the producers, consumers, scavengers and the decomposers. See, producers are those organisms which produce the food, or food preparing process will be takes place in producer. See, all plants includes the producer. See, during the process of photosynthesis, plants will prepare the food and thereby release the oxygen to the atmosphere, and see, all the plants are called as producers. And here next one is the consumer. Consumer are those organisms which depends on the producers. In this category, that is consumers, there are three main features will be there. One is the herbivore, carnivores and the omnivores. See, as I told you, producers are those organisms or the organisms which produce the food items. In this heading, all plants will be comes under this heading. And here plants will prepare the food by using the sunlight as well as the chlorophyll pigment which is present in the leaves, by using the simple substance like carbon dioxide as well as the water. And plant will produce the food like the starch, and oxygen is released to the atmosphere. See, this process is called as photosynthesis. Food preparing process is called as photosynthesis. And here next one is the consumer. See, consumer are those organisms which depends on the other organisms, and in this category the three main parts will be there, in which first one is the herbivores. See, herbivores are those animals which depends on the plants, are called as herbivore animal. Example is the goat, camel also, and here bullock, etc. These are the animals which comes under the heading herbivore. And next one is the carnivorous animal. Those animals which depends on the other animal like herbivore animals are called as carnivore. See, example is the lion, tiger, cheetah, etc. And next one is the omnivorous animal. See, omnivore animal are those animals which depends on both the herbivore as well as the carnivore, are called as omnivore animal. See, omni is nothing but the both herbivore as well as the carnivore. Example for the omnivore animal is the crow, dog, cat and even human beings. See, these are the example for the omnivore animal. Next, third one is the scavengers. See, scavengers are those organisms which feeds on the dead animals, are called as scavengers. See, example for the scavengers are the vulture and hyena. These are the example for the scavengers. Next last one is the decomposers. Decomposers are those animals or those microorganisms which feeds on the dead plants as well as the animals. See here, dead plants as well as the animals, these organisms will be feed. And such a type of organisms are called as decomposers. Example for the decomposers are bacteria. Bacteria, fungi. These are the example for the decomposers. See, once again I will tell you, producers are those organisms which produce or prepare the food by their own are called as producers, and in this producer all plants will be comes under this heading. And next one is the consumers. Consumers are those organisms which consumes the other animals or the other part. And example for, and this can be categorized into three different types. One is the herbivore. Herbivore animal are those animals which depends on plants are called as herbivore. Example is the goat, sheep, camel, etc. And next one is the carnivorous animal. See, carnivorous animals are those animals which depends on the herbivore, and here lion, tiger, etc. These are the carnivore animals which feeds on the goat like sheep, etc. Next one is the omnivore animal. See, omnivore, the name only indicates omni means both. See, both means here herbivore animal as well as the carnivore animal. These animals, that is omnivores, will be feed. Example is the crow as well as the dog. See, next one is the scavengers. Scavengers are those organisms which feeds on the dead animals only, are called as scavengers. Example is the vulture and the hyena. Next one is the decomposers. See, in the decomposers all the microorganisms will be comes under this heading. See, microorganisms are those organisms which can be seen only under the microscope. Through our naked eyes we can't see such organisms, and these organisms are the bacteria and the fungi. These are the decomposers which feeds on the dead plants as well as the animal, whereas the scavengers only eats the dead animals. See, this is all about the organisms can be classified into different types. See, next we shall move on to the biotic. See, these are all the biotic components. These classified into biotic components, and in today's class we will learn about the abiotic components. See, biotic components includes the both plants as well as the animals, and these can be categorized into these four types. One is the producer, decomposers, scavengers, and the consumers. See, like that these can be classified, and abiotic components today we will start. See, abiotic components is very essential for to present in the environment. These abiotic components will play a vital role in the environment, which helps for growth of a plants as well as the animals. And these abiotic components are necessary for growth, of living organisms. See, this abiotic components is necessary for growth of a living organism. This abiotic is nothing but the non-living components. See, biotic components are all living components. Like in this heading, that is biotic components includes the plants as well as the animal, whereas the abiotic components includes the non-living components. Then how these non-living components which helpful for the growth of a living organisms? See, the abiotic components which includes soil, sunlight, rock, temperature, etc. and many more will be there. See, abiotic components are those which are non-living components, and here soil, sunlight, rock, temperature and also the air is the non-abiotic components and which is necessary for the growth of a living organisms. See, one by one we will discuss now. Abiotic components example is the soil. See, soil is very essential for the living organisms, especially for the growth of the plants, and it is essential for plants. See, soil is essential for the growth of a plant, and this soil will provide the nutrient for the growth of a plant. Nutrients like minerals and water. See, this soil is a abiotic components and it is essential for the growth of a plant. See, growth of a plant will require the soil which provides the nutrient, and many more nutrients will be present in the soil, and thereby the nutrients like minerals and water is supplied through the soil and transported to the whole part of the plant body, and this is how soil is a abiotic component which is essential for the living organisms. And next one is the air. See, air is also a non-living components, soil and air, and that's why it is a abiotic components. Air, we all know that air is a mixture of several gases, and in which oxygen, carbon dioxide, helium, argon, different types of gases will be present, and including moisture also, humidity also it is present, and these air will contain, as I told you, different types of gases, and oxygen is very much important for the survival of the human beings or for living organisms. See, this oxygen can be used by the living organisms for respiration process, and not only human beings, many other living organisms will be used to respire the oxygen. Oxygen is necessary for respiration process for all living organisms, and thereby in the air oxygen is present, and one more gas will be present, that is the carbon dioxide. See, carbon dioxide gas which is present in the air will be used by the plants, and thereby it will release the oxygen to the atmosphere by the process of photosynthesis. See here, air contains the several gases which is having the different types of gases are present in the air, like oxygen, carbon dioxide, helium, argon. See, these type of gases will helpful for living organisms, like oxygen, a very abundant gas which is present in the atmosphere, is used by the living organisms for the process of respiration. Without oxygen, we can't even live in the environment. See, and one more gas is there, that is carbon dioxide. See, this carbon dioxide, a waste gas, will be utilized by the plants and and thereby the oxygen is released to the atmosphere by the process of photosynthesis. See, this carbon dioxide is utilized by the all plants and thereby it will release the oxygen, a type of a gas which is very essential for the living organisms. And see, another one is the another abiotic components is the light. See, most of the light which is comes from the sunlight, and see, this light is very much essential for the living organisms, especially for plants will take the light by the process of photosynthesis, food preparing process. It will take, the plants will take the light, and not only plants, animal also utilize the light to move and to search and to movement, to move and see, animals also use the sunlight to move and to see the things. And some of the plants having the flowers which can be open during the sunrise, and it automatically it closes, the flower petals will be closes during the sunset, and like that sunlight is play an important role in the environment. See, light is also a abiotic component which is helpful for the all living organisms like plants. Especially in plants, the photosynthesis process will be takes place, and thereby light is utilized by the plant, and followed with the food preparing process will be proceed, and plants will prepare the food, and thereby oxygen is released, and like that animals also use the sunlight to see and to move. To move and to see. And also some of the flowers which close during the sunset and opens during the sunrise, and like that light plays an important role in the environment. It is one of the abiotic component. Next one is the temperature. See, temperature also play an important role in the environment. Like that, if extremely hot or extreme cold condition will be present in the environment, means sometimes we feel uncomfortable. See, if extreme cold means we wear different types of woolen cloths to become our body always hot. Like that, temperature also play an important role in the abiotic components in the environment. See, this is all about the abiotic components. See, next one is the different types of animals. See, different places have different climatic conditions. Like some of the climatic conditions will be hot, some of them are the cold region will be there where cold climate will be present, and humidity where nothing but the moisture and the dryness will be present. And based on these climate, animals as well as the plants can adopt to live in such a area and such condition. See, many of the plants will be present in the desert region, like cactus will adopt to survive in the desert region, like this is the example of the plant. And animals also, like rat, desert rat and desert snake, camel will be there, which is adapted to live in such a hot condition. And whereas the cold areas and cold condition, polar bear and many other animals like penguins will be present in such a areas which is having the adopted features, and modification structure will be present, and thereby they will survive in particular area. See, there are some examples will be there which I have written on the board. From this above information we can conclude that there are different region having the different body structure and adopted features will be present. See, some of them are written here. See, like that. See, the animals, plants as well as the areas which is having the different surroundings, like sea, in forest, desert, mountain, trees. So, in which first one is the fishes. Some fishes will be present in the seas, and thereby forest, the animals like lion will be present. And here in desert, bur, a type of a plant, and walnut type of plant will be present in the mountain, and trees, birds will be present. And like that, crocodile will be living in the sea. So, see, this table gives us the information about the different types of areas as well as the different type of climatic condition where the animals as well as the plants will be surviving such a condition and such areas. Elephant, lizard. See, desert lizard will be present. Yak, usually the yak will be present in the mountain region where the air will be more and having the wind will be also more. And vulture. Next one is the water lily. Water lily, teak, acacia. See, acacia plants usually grown in the desert. In some areas also we can see the acacia plant tree, and the pine tree. See, pine tree having the coney like leaves will be present. See, like that the leaves will be present, and where the water loss will be minimum in such trees. And the insects. Next one is the walrus, and deer, snake, bear and monkey. See, one conclusion we can observe, see, one conclusion can be derived from the above observation. See, one conclusion we can derive from the above observation that all living organisms, almost all, everywhere, these organisms will be present. And see, in the sea region or the sea fishes, crocodile, water lily, walrus will be present. And here, these are the animals as well as the plants will be present. And here in the forest region, lion, tiger, teak, plant and the deer will be present. In desert, bear, a type of a plant where lizard, acacia and the snake will be present. And mountain region, walnut, yak, pines, bear will be present. And trees includes the, see, in the trees, birds, vulture, insects and the monkey will be present in the sea. Sorry, trees. See, this table gives the information about the different organisms or the living organisms almost present in everywhere. See, next we shall move on to the adaptation. As in the previous class, I told you about the definition of the adaptation. See, adaptation is nothing but the specific features or certain habits. See, I will write on the board. See, adaptation is nothing but the specific feature or certain habits which enables a plant or an animal to live in their surrounding is called as adaptation. See, many living organisms will adapt to certain climatic conditions. Like camel, usually the camel will be present in the desert region, whereas the polar bear will be present in the polar region. Like cold areas, these polar bear and the penguins will be present. And these organisms will be adapted to such climatic conditions, and thereby the body structure will be different compared to those animals which are present in other areas of a environment. See, the specific feature are the certain habits which enables a plant or the animals to live adaptation. See, this is the definition of the adaptation. Example for the adaptation is the camouflage. It's not a example. See, camouflage. See, as I told you, the definition of the adaptation, the specific feature or the certain habits which enables a plants or the animals to live in their surrounding is called as adaptation. See here, camouflage, a type of adaptation where we can see that those organisms will be hide from the predators or the enemies by changing the color wherever they go. See, these are the adaptation, one of the adaptation. Usually this camouflage will be seen in the organisms. For example, in chameleon, Usurvalli, see these organisms will change their color due to the harmless or the dangerous situation. If it will face, means it will change its color to different colors wherever they will live or the where they will stand or sit, the color will be changes as the where they sit. See, for example, if the chameleon will sit or climb in the branches of the tree, means the brown color will be change its body, and thereby a feature of the camouflage. See here, adaptation is nothing but the specific features which enables the plant or animals to live in their surrounding. See, these features will be present in the animals, and one of the example is the camouflage. See, camouflage is a adaptation usually present in the living organisms, and these camouflage, a type of a adaptation which helps to hide from the predators or the enemy by changing its color. See, this is all about the adaptation and the camouflage. See here, I wind up the class. In tomorrow's class, we will learn about some more concept. Thank you.